Welcome to my gardening journey. It's the third weekend of May and I've got some seeds I need to get sowing. Today I'm going to be sowing a second batch of peas and they're going to be going straight into the ground. I'm also going to be sowing some runner beans and I'm going to sow some in pots and some also directly into the ground as well. See which ones do the best over the coming year. So if you like to follow along and see how things go throughout this growing season, and if you'd like to get a few hints and tips for your own garden, please like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. So the first batch of peas this year was sown directly into some guttering. It was just a bit of guttering, probably a couple of foot long, with some compost in it. Now I was just trying out to see whether or not that was a good way to sow some seeds and try and get a head start on the year. It did okay, but I'm not really sure that the type of compost was correct. I was using seed compost rather than just normal compost, and I don't think it was retaining enough water. So next year I'll probably give it another go, but this time I'll use a different type of compost just to see whether that makes a big difference. So those peas are now actually out into the garden, and I moved them out about a week or so ago, and they're starting to do really well. So I'm expecting those will get a head start on this year. So let's make a start on that. I'm sowing the pea seeds directly into the soil, and to prepare the ground I'm creating a couple of drills around an inch deep and a foot apart. With the drills done, I'm displacing the seeds around about 5 centimetres apart. Seeds sown, I'm just giving them a good water before covering them up with the soil. Peas need support as they grow, and I also want to prevent cats from digging up the seeds. So I'm placing old branches into the soil, which will protect the seeds and also be there as they germinate. So it's time for me to be sowing some runner beans. The variety I'm going to be sowing is Scarlet Emperor. Now this variety needs to be sown in May or June, particularly if you're going to be sowing it outside, but some varieties like to be sown a little bit earlier, maybe April, and you can sow them indoors. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a test to see what works well here in the east of England. I'm going to be sowing some into the ground and some into some pots and see how they come out. Also, these are really good in terms of high volumes of produce, so if you're looking to freeze something over winter, then these will be a great option for you to go for. I'm digging a 2-inch hole for the seeds on the inside of the frame, so the supports will be in the correct place when the plants start to grow. I'm placing 2 seeds into each of the holes, and this just means that I have 2 chances for each station to actually produce a plant. I've seen people sow runner beans in different ways. I've seen them dig a trench and add some compost to the bottom of that and sow into the compost, and then put some supports up along there and allowed the plants to grow up where they are sown. Other people like myself in the past have really just grown in pots and just added some compost into there and a couple of seeds. I will be sowing some in pots this year as well, but I'm also just trying to see what it's like to grow them directly into my ground. Now I could have put some compost in with them, but I just wanted to see how well this ground will do with runner beans without any soil improver to start off with. And that's one reason why I'm just growing them in here as well, just as a backup. I will be mulching around them later on and adding some extra compost just as a little bit of food as the plants start to grow. So it'll be a really interesting experiment just to see which one produces the best crop. And if they all come up, then brilliant, and I'll have a ton of runner beans. As for the seeds that I've just sown into the ground, I'm going to be putting 2 seeds into each of the pots to give me twice the opportunity for a plant to germinate. Seeds per pot, and that allows me to have twice as much chance of these seeds germinating. I've had a few issues with the seeds in the past where they've just rotted away in the actual pots themselves, so hopefully I should get some decent plants, and if both of them come up, then at least I can choose the strongest looking one, which hopefully will also mean I get a good crop. October last year, and I'm now finding that they're going to seed. So I'm just trying to pinch out the seed pods before they grow too much, because they'll just make the actual onion themselves very hollow and not as nice tasting as they could be. So May is nearly over and I'm running out of seeds. This is usually the busiest month I have for sowing, but unfortunately I've only got old stock and that's not really germinating particularly well. I've yet to receive the Amazon order that I placed, other than that weird package I got the other week, which may or may not be leeks. I have sown it, but still haven't seen anything come up, so who knows. I did think about going down to a garden centre today. I did drive there, but the queue was massive, so I decided I wouldn't do that. So I placed an order with Sutton Seeds online, and I'm really hoping in the next sort of 7 to 10 days I should get a good supply of seeds come through. It is cutting it a bit fine, so it might be a late crop this year, but we'll just have to see. So I want to thank you again for watching, and if you've got this far, thank you very much. And if this is the sort of thing you like, just seeing how my garden's going and getting a few tips along the way, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.